Hello everybody, welcome to iExamB. This is Amrita, your law faculty here at iExamB. Today we have Anooj Srivastava over here with us. He is the selected candidate of IBPS SO Law Officer examination. First of all, I would like to congratulate him on behalf of iExamB team and welcome him with us. He is going to give his inputs which are very valuable for all the students who are preparing for this examination. Welcome Anuj to iExamB platform. We are very fortunate that we will be helping our students with your valuable guidance and experience.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Anuj, first, can you introduce yourself with some of your
Sure, ma'am. So, ma'am, my name is Anooj Srivastava, and I've done my schooling from Lucknow, 10th and 12th. Then after that, I did 5 years BBA LLB course from Bharati Vidya Peeth's New Law College, Pune. And then after that, I did my master's from National Law University, Jodhpur. And around January 2022, I started preparing for civil services. So, ma'am, during those 2 years of my preparation, I gave 2 attempts of UPSC. And also I gave this IBPS law officer exam, but I couldn't clear it during that period. So this time, instead of giving my third attempt for UPSC, I focused completely on IBPS law officer exam, and I was able to succeed this time.
Okay, so your journey was quite a lot focused towards the competitive examinations from the start.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You were very much dedicated that you want a secure job only after completing your LLB. And definitely you have done it from good institutions, reputed institutions. So you had a good base.
Yeah.
So can you just tell us, all the students who are listening to your story, that how your background, how your graduation from all these institutions has helped you, and even your preparation for competitive exams like UPSC, has it helped you somewhere in these examinations?
Ma'am, the most important thing that the biggest help that I got from my UPSC journey was being able to sit for 6 to 7 hours and study. Like being able to divide time को कैसे manage करना है दिन भर में कैसे पढ़ना है. So ma'am, that was the most important. And also ma'am, like the GS portion, that helped me in the interview because I was having good knowledge of economy and banking sector, because we have to focus very heavily in that on that in the UPSC. Then my graduations, ma'am, for 5 years law. So ma'am, usme pura we had banking and insurance. I took as an optional banking and insurance only. So we studied there. We very heavily study Contract Act, Negotiable Instrument Act, Sales of Goods Act, Mercantile Act in general. We study completely. Then there is Constitution. So ma'am, I was saying that like Constitution वगैरह हम लोग पढ़ते हैं. And then after that, ma'am, I did my master's. So my master's was also in corporate laws only. So there we study a lot of different, like project finance and everything. So I'm overall, both my undergrad, masters, both have helped me immensely in this everything.
Okay, so it is all consistency in your studies. Means right from your graduation itself it starts.
Yes, ma'am, I would say towards the end of my graduation, I got serious. Ma'am, it was actually during the COVID period that I realized that I have to do something, because ma'am, during that period, the placement were completely stopped. There was no placement in the college because I completed my graduation in March, around March 2020. Ma'am, we had to have a semester exam, but it was postponed and happened in October. So that was the period during which the placement was supposed to be happening. But ma'am, ज़्यादा कुछ उस समय था नहीं. So I started preparing for CLAT because, like, from what I could understand, I knew that the situation is going to last for a long time. So that's why I went for LLM. And then ma'am, उसमें इतना research वगैरह रहता है कि थोड़ा सा मैम mindset change हो गया पढ़ाई को लेकर. So I started preparing for civil after that.
You had a good base. Coming specifically to the subjects, इस एग्जाम के पैटर्न के हिसाब से और सिलेबस के हिसाब से आप बता सकते हो कि कौन से सब्जेक्ट्स और कौन से इम्पोर्टेंट एरियाज थे, दोनों भी पेपर 1 एज वेल एज पेपर 2 में से जिस पे ज्यादा फोकस करना चाहिए?
मैम, आई वुड से कि सबसे पहले तो मैम जो भी लॉ के मैम बेसिक्स हम लोग को पढ़ाए जाते हैं, लाइक द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट वी स्टडी, नेगोशिएबल इंस्ट्रूमेंट, सेल ऑफ गुड्स, ट्रांसफर ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी. Ma'am, like these are the group of mercantile law. सबसे पहले मैम, I think we should finish that. Then after that we should go for CPC, and then CPC and IPC ये साथ में करना चाहिए, because मैम CPC तो मैम सारा procedure ही civil proceedings will be happening through that. एंड देन मैम एक जो मैम मेरे से मिस्टेक हुई थी, लाइक ड्यूरिंग द इंटरव्यू आई रियलाइज दैट मिस्टेक बिकॉज आई हैड नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड वेरी वेल द प्रिवेंशन ऑफ मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एक्ट. So, ma'am,
Okay.
as soon as I sat on the chair, the first thing they said was PMLA. They did not say anything. They just said PMLA. And so, ma'am, I would say that since it is a banking exam, तो हमारे दिमाग में रहता है कि like we have to go for civil aspect of the banking, like how do we do insolvency, bankruptcy, SARFAC, DRT. So that, ma'am, I was like fully well versed with. I went prepared, and ma'am, in the interview they focus only on the criminal aspect, like a fraud has happened. Okay, so ma'am, they asked like the one panel member was there. He said like the person who's sitting beside me, he's an agent. Suppose he has a warrant against him and he's arrested. What you will do? So ma'am, I was not able to explain that in a satisfying manner because I was only focused on like the civil aspect.
Civil aspect.
So yes, ma'am. So I would say that even though this may not have much weightage in the mains exam, but it does have a lot of weightage in the interview. And ma'am, what I observed was they were grilling more upon the points that I didn't know. As soon as they got to know that I was knowing the particular answer, they skipped it.
Okay.
They said, okay, next आप पूछिए sir. So ma'am, ये था. And ma'am, I think bare acts are more than enough.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Obviously, some guidance will help if they have a mentor or someone who can tell them, okay, this is the important provision. If they cannot sort it out on themselves by studying the PYQs. But ma'am, like I have been giving so many mocks from the past 2 years, and so I knew like PYQs में क्या कैसे करना है.
Mock test काफी help करते हैं.
Yes, ma'am. Mock test तो ma'am उसका तो कोई like mock interview and mock test, ma'am, they don't have any substitutes. And ma'am, until and unless one gives them, they won't understand that. Like मेरा भी यही था कि ये mock interview ठीक है कर लेंगे. Like but then when I gave the mock interview and then I received the feedback from Vidika Bansal ma'am, वो तो ma'am बहुत ज़्यादा like ma'am, during my mock interview I was sitting like this. I was very much bent forward. So she said कि ऐसा लग रहा है कि आपके लिए it's just another thing. आप बहुत सीरियस नहीं दिख रहे हो, तो थोड़ा सा अपना बॉडी पोस्चर को सही रखिएगा. हाँ, बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. एंड मैम नॉलेज पार्ट का मैम ये कि इंटरव्यू में कुछ भी पूछ सकते हैं, तो उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा तो नहीं. बट मैम फॉर मेंस एग्जाम पर्टिकुलरली आई वुड से दैट बेयर एक्ट्स आर मोर देन इनफ. एंड सबसे पहले बेसिक्स कवर करने चाहिए, लाइक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट और ये सब. एंड actually there are a lot of videos on YouTube जहाँ पे they have divided like there was one video from some person who has appeared for judiciary for a few times and they have also given IBPS law officer. I think she is also from Srivastava. So मैम उनका मैंने देखा था, तो पर्टिकुलर 20 लॉज के उन्होंने ग्रुप बना दिए थे कि कैसे कैसे आपको करना चाहिए. तो मैम दैट हेल्प मी अ लॉट. एंड मैम लाइक फॉर प्रीलिम्स मैम मेरे लिए तो सबसे डिफिकल्ट पार्ट प्रीलिम्स ही था, बिकॉज उसमें मैम रीजनिंग वगैरह की इतनी स्पीड थी नहीं. तो मैम रीजनिंग के लिए मैंने आई ज्वाइंड मॉक सीरीज फ्रॉम टेक्स्ट बुक का मैम मैंने वो ले लिया था सब्सक्रिप्शन. तो उसका आई केप्ट मैम वैसे रैंडमली मॉक्स वगैरह देते रहता था रीजनिंग का, तो थोड़ी स्पीड हो गई. एंड देन फ्रॉम बैंकिंग रिलेटेड जीए, तो मैम दैट आई प्रिपेयर्ड मैम फ्रॉम रैंडम वीडियोज ऑन यूट्यूब. आई लाइक जनवरी मंथ का देख लिया, फिजिक्स ये आपका फेब्रुअरी देख लिया, मेरे ऐसे करके आई प्रिपेयर्ड.
You have in short worked on all of your weaknesses as well as strengths.
Yes, ma'am.
You have covered it up either from mock tests or from some video lessons, और already जो आपकी strong areas है उसको भी आपने साथ में लेके चले हो, and at the same time you have worked on your weak areas as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Your comprehensive preparation was something that has given you this success.
Yes, ma'am, because थोड़ा सा ऐसा था कि like I have to have something now, because ma'am I was studying for almost 2.5 years. So I thought, and this is not just the only exam. You'll be knowing that we do not give only one exam, or like multiple exams I have given. So that हम तो फिर ऐसा हो गया था कि हाँ अभी ये करना है, तो इसको मैम अच्छे से.
You were dedicated that you want to get second, you were patient because of your earlier exams and everything, so it has helped you out. And even your interview and your suggestions that were given to you everywhere, mock tests have given you the experience. So हर क्लास से आपको काफी मेहनत लेनी पड़ी, no doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
The right direction, so you could achieve it. That
yes, ma'am.
So anything else you want to add?
Ma'am, I would say that मैम प्रीलिम्स के टाइम में जो जीएस वाला पोर्शन है उसमें बहुत ज्यादा टाइम देने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि उसका कट ऑफ बहुत लो जाता है प्रीलिम्स में. उसका कट ऑफ 4, 5, 6 ऐसे जाता है आउट ऑफ 45. आई थिंक मैम 45 मार्क्स का वो होता है, 50 मार्क्स का, सॉरी. हाँ, 50 मार्क्स का वो होता है, तो उसके लिए आई थिंक अगर आप वीडियोस देख रहे हैं यूट्यूब पे तो हर मंथ का आप कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव कवर कर सकते हैं. फॉर रीजनिंग आई वुड से रीजनिंग एंड इंग्लिश आर स्कोरिंग सेक्शन. इंग्लिश में आई थिंक एवरीवन शुड ट्राई टू स्कोर अराउंड 17-18 मार्क्स एटलीस्ट आउट ऑफ 25. एंड फॉर एंड रीजनिंग में मैम स्पीड के लिए एज मच एज मॉक्स देना चाहिए जितना ज्यादा हो सके. यस मैम. एंड मैम आई वुड से दैट मेंस का लेवल डिफिकल्ट तो मैम नहीं कह सकते. आई डिडंट फाइंड इट डिफिकल्ट. आई वुड से इट वाज मॉडरेट. कुछ क्वेश्चंस थे, तो 2-4 क्वेश्चन इधर उधर हो जाते हैं, बट देन दे आर इधर उधर फॉर एवरीवन हु इज गिविंग द एग्जाम. इट्स नॉट जस्ट फॉर यू.
जिन्होंने एनडी अच्छे से की है उनके लिए मॉडरेट ऐसा बोल सकते हैं हम. यस
मैम. मैम एक्चुअली मेरे लिए तो प्रीलिम्स ही प्रॉब्लम था, मेरे लिए मेंस प्रॉब्लम नहीं था. मतलब मैं मेंस जब दे रहा था मैम तब भी I think I was like around 45 or 50th question and I was knowing that हाँ ठीक जा रहा है, impossible है. तो मैम मेरे लिए तो मैम प्रीलिम्स का था. लाइक मैंने पिछली बार जब प्रीलिम्स दिया था तो आई कुड नॉट क्लियर इट फ्रॉम 0.5 मार्क्स. तो हाँ मैम उसमें क्योंकि रीजनिंग में स्पीड ही नहीं थी, बहुत कम नंबर आते थे रीजनिंग में. तो मैम इस बार डेडिकेटेड होके थोड़ा सा किया. एंड देन इंटरव्यू के लिए मैम आई वुड से कि जो मैम मेरी जो मेजर मिस्टेक थी वो ये थी कि आई वाज फुल्ली प्रिपेयर्ड ऑन द सिविल साइड. सीआरपीसी की पिक्यूनियरी लिमिट क्या है, आईबीसी में सीआईआरपी वगैरह कैसे होनी है. एंड दे वर कंप्लीटली हेल बेंट ऑन लाइक क्रिमिनल एस्पेक्ट कि कैसे करना है. तो आई वुड से आईपीसी सीआरपीसी को ऑल्दो देयर इज नॉट मच वेटेज इन द मेंस एग्जाम, but in interview they will definitely be asking that. So I would like to
पूरा criminal aspect पे ही हुआ completely.
Yes ma'am. Ma'am they first asked me क्या कहते हैं सरफेसी का मैम 1-2 चीज उन्होंने पूछा. तो मैम I said told them the pecuniary limit इतना है ये. Then they said okay. हाँ they said okay सर आप पूछे. Then he said कि क्या कहते हैं वो ऐसा कैसे. फिर मैम they one thing that they women member was there. So she said that अनुज आपके नाम में डबल ओ आता है. तो हमने कहा यस मैम. तो उन्होंने कहा ये मिस्टेक है या सही है. तो हमने कहा ये सही है. तो शी सेड दैट ओके हाउ व्हाट इज द प्रोसीजर ऑफ चेंजिंग योर नेम. मैम आई वाज कंप्लीटली ब्लैंक. आई वाज हैविंग नो आंसर टू दैट. तो एंड मैम दे आई डोंट थिंक दे डू केयर एनीथिंग कि आपका गैप 2 साल का या 3 साल का आप क्या कर रहे हो. बिकॉज मैं उन्होंने मुझसे कुछ पूछा ही नहीं कि आपका ग्रेजुएशन 2020 में है और आपका जनवरी 2022 में मास्टर्स है. व्हाट आर यू डूइंग. नथिंग. दे डिडंट आस्क मी. And yes, anyone and one question, ma'am, I think that मैंने बाहर निकल के 1-2 लोगों से भी पूछा. So they had asked that why banking sector and why not a law firm? Because in law firms there is no limit to income. You can, and even they said to me, sky is the limit. Why are you coming to the banking sector? So ma'am, obviously they know why everyone is going there, but you have to, so you have to be prepared. For that answer. So I took like help of ChatGPT in framing that answer जब मैं घर पे था. Because मैं Vedika मैम has said ये answer and where do you see yourself after 5 years. इस तरीके के जो questions होते हैं आप prepare कर लेना. तो वो मैं करके गया था. So that helped. Mock interviews का तो मैम I would suggest कि कहीं पे भी जहाँ पे जिसको ठीक लगे they should be giving mock interviews. Very important. At least one. Very important.
So ultimately, your dedication, your efforts in the right direction will definitely give you success. That is
yes, ma'am. Along with God's grace and exam.
God's grace, love, and exam is there.
Yes, ma'am.
And prepare 50% faster. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Anuj, it was very nice talking to you. And once again, congratulations to your success and your future endeavors. All the very best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Likewise, it was nice talking to you too, ma'am. Thank you. And thank you to all the members at Exam B, Vedika ma'am, you, everyone. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Anooj. All the best.